Good morning, this is David Plazas, Community Conversation Editor of the News Press. It is June 13th, 2012, and we have the pleasure of having with us John Larsen Shudlick, who is running for Florida House of Representatives District 79 in the Republican primary August 14th. For the record, board members, would you please introduce yourselves? With Larry?
Oh, yes, Larry Barton, former board member.
Thank
Chief Floral.
I'm Luis Insignaris. I'm a citizen member from South Fort Myers.
I'm Dick Kalfas. I'm a citizen member, and it seems like we're old friends.
We certainly are, Dick.
Well, tell us, Mr. Shudlick, why are you running for this position?
First of all, I've been elected before. Secondly, I think the most important thing is that you have young people in the state legislature that certainly need a lot of direction. You know, these people that are running today, they run out of nowhere because they have money. Nobody knows where they stand. Nobody knows what direction they will take. I have the experience, I have the success, and I have innovation. And number one thing for me is to have a Florida state bank, just like North Dakota. Now, how can I decide that I want to run for State House 79? Well, first of all, I've been elected 9 successive times in my hometown, which is Ocean Ridge, Florida. 9 successive times, 5 terms as mayor. During that period of time that I was elected, just from 1979 to 1985, the per capita income increase in Ocean Ridge doubled, or practically doubled, from 16,000 to over 31,000. Not only that, we brought innovative ideas to the area. Number one, I was the one that was responsible, really, on that time, for initiating cable television to Ocean Ridge, Florida. We had the bicycle pedestrian paths that were so important. The Crime Watch program. These are innovations that I had as mayor and also on the commission, because it was 9 terms. And the people really support good quality government. Ocean Ridge is a small community. It's approximately 2 square miles. It's between the ocean and the intercoastal. The average per capita income is over 100,000. It's listed in Money Magazine as one of the top 200 places to live in the world. Now, if I can do what I did there, and I was the youngest at the time to ever be elected, and I took a lot of heat for that, and I was the first person to ever have a child in Ocean Ridge, Florida. So there were some certain things against me. But we're able to coordinate it all together. And I did find another person that was very competent. He happened to be, I was a real estate broker, he happened to be a stockbroker, Eric Mangione. And Eric and I thought exactly alike. He was the one responsible with me for bringing that bicycle pedestrian idea forward. You can go to Ocean Ridge today. And by the way, we preserved A1A.
Now, a question, just, you were mayor of Ocean Ridge. How can you take those skills that you learned into the legislature itself? Because there are going to be 2 different roles. One is an executive of a city, and one is a legislature who's working with 119 other people to try to create legislation or repeal legislation.
When you can write, like Dick knows, a sentence properly or a paragraph properly, no matter how small it is, when you get into something larger, you just increase the size. If you can do the first thing right, you can do the second thing right. How from, say, 5 people on the commission to 120 people, that's where the ideas come from. That's where the dynamic ideas, which I mentioned previously, and that's a Florida State Bank. While we're at that, I just want to mention, the difference between North Dakota and Florida. The difference is that North Dakota has an unemployment rate of 3%. This last year, they had a per capita income increase of 1.1%. According to their statistics, they had a 5.2% growth rate. There's everybody in Florida who would love to have that. The big difference is they have the state bank and they funnel their resources, their tax receipts, through that bank. And they give credit to agriculture, commerce, and industry. And my idea, of course, just like them, small startup businesses. They're the ones that create the majority of jobs. Everybody here wants a job. We know that, they can say 8, 9% unemployment, 10%. Everybody knows it's 20, 25, 30. Who knows for sure what it is? But it's a lot more than what they say. This is a dynamic thing. I can bring that to the state legislature. I will work as hard as I can for it because I'm an innovative guy. I'm an idea guy. I've always been an idea guy. When you lead, the other people will follow if it's a good idea. This is not only a good idea, it's an absolute great idea.
Want to pause this for just a moment?
By the way, David, I sent you